Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at the top iPad apps for school or college. So first we're going to start here in the note-taking. So you're going to see I have two apps here. First is Notability and second is OneNote. In this video I won't be diving into the details of all these apps, but I will do a basic overview of all of them. If you would like a video separately for each of these apps or just the categories, please let me know in the comments and I will be glad to do that. So first up is Notability, and I use this for everything. As you can probably see on the left, I use this for all of my classes in school. I use it for YouTube planning, I use it for my planner. So for example, I have a week planner here that I haven't filled out, but as you can see, I've imported a PDF and it's pretty powerful. I can, just block out a section for school, just however I want to do it, or calculus, and then I don't know, physics at this time. You can customize it as much as you want, and you can add notes on the side to do this week. So there's plenty of things you can do with it. I did review Notability as well as OneNote in a previous video, which you will see now at the top right. And basically, Notability is by far my favorite note-taking app. I think it's a necessity for anybody with an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil. I can't live without it. It's great. So, jumping to the next app, we have Microsoft OneNote. And if you watch my other video, you'll know that I'm not the biggest fan of this app, but I would recommend it to people who are more invested in the Microsoft ecosystem. I'm more invested in the Apple ecosystem, and Notability has a Mac, iPhone, iPad app that works great, and OneNote just seems to work better with Microsoft products. OneDrive is integrated within it, and so it works better for people who have only Windows devices. And yeah, one of the biggest complaints I had is the eraser. And they have worked on it a little bit, but as you can see here, it doesn't appear until it erases anything, which is kind of a pain. So right here you can't see anything at all until I accelerate, and it takes a while. So it's minor nitpicks, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, although I do know a lot of people who on Surfaces absolutely love this application. It works really well with how Microsoft has built the Surface and Surface Pro. But I prefer to stick to Notability. But those are your two best bets for your Apple ecosystem people and your Microsoft ecosystem people. Okay, so next we have Productivity. So I chose 4 apps here. There's not much difference between them. As you can see here, we have Pages, Numbers, Keynote, and PDF Expert. So these first 3 are all Apple apps. They are made by Apple. It's essentially their answer to Microsoft Office. Pages is your Microsoft Word, Numbers is your Excel, Keynote is your PowerPoint. And I can't, there's a whole lot to each of these. I haven't set it up on this device yet, but there is so much to it. You can see some of the features here. So it'll start loading up all of my papers that I've created over the last 4 or 5 years. So it's pretty powerful. It seamlessly loads from my Mac to my iPhone, to my iPad, to even my Windows computer. I can access all of these documents anywhere I want. So that's Pages, and just to give you a look, when you make a document, just to kind of give you a glimpse of what all you can do. Here are some templates. As you can see, there's absolutely dozens of them. But you pick one, and it's in another language. But here's kind of what it'll look like on an iPad Pro. You get your full-size keyboard, you get the number row, you have caps lock, you have everything you need. Yeah, so one of the best things about an iPad Pro is it's essentially full-size keyboard. It's very easy to type. And you have all your formatting options up here, share it easily, and settings you can search and that kind of thing. So moving on to numbers, you're going to have a similar type of experience here. I have all of my documents here, and again, they sync across all of my devices, and it works really well. Keynote is the exact same thing. All of my documents saved on all of my devices. I prefer this way more than PowerPoint. I love the animations. I love the style of Keynote. I love Apple's touch on this. It's much more simplified, and to me, there's no better application for presentations than Keynote. So finally, we have PDF Expert. There are actually a lot of applications that will open PDFs for you, and pretty much all of those are going to work. They all generally work the same. It's just the fine, small details that can differentiate between them. This one, honestly, it's the most polished. There seems to be the most features. It's very intuitive. You know, you can scroll your pages down here, get a preview of them. It's very quick. You can zoom in as much as you want. It's very nice. You can annotate on it. Annotate on it. It's great. You can do I essentially do all of my work here. You can circle, you know, do all the things that you want to do. Alright, so next we have cloud storage. I haven't set all of these applications up on this device, but I'm fairly sure almost all of you know all of these applications. The one you may not know would be iCloud Drive. And this is what has recently been, I say recently, within the last 1 or 2 years, Apple has finally made a dedicated app just for iCloud Drive. So it has, you know, numbers, pages, Keynote, PDF Expert, which I've already covered, and you can see other third-party apps. And here you can store all of the non-apps. You can store documents, you can store whatever you want. I use it all the time. It syncs through my MacBook and iPhone, iPad, just as you'd expect, and it's great. I love this mostly because it's, one, affordable. I pay about $2.99 a month for, I believe, 200 gigabytes of storage, which is insane. I could be wrong on that number, but I believe it's 200 gigabytes. And whenever you get a new Apple device or you're restoring, it's so easy to just press, you know, restore from iCloud. Everything's saved, backups are saved. It's all very polished and very good. That being said, Dropbox, Drive, and OneDrive are almost all identical. It definitely depends on your platform and what you want to use with it. So for example, Dropbox seems to be, it's kind of the old classic for cloud storage. It works on all platforms, and it's generally good. I think lately it's been going up in price. So Google Drive would be good for people who are deep in the Google ecosystem. You use Google Docs, you use Gmail, you use all of those things through Google. You're on Android. Google Drive is definitely a good option. Google Drive is my second option if for some reason iCloud Drive isn't an option. It's very polished, it's very good, it works with all of my Google accounts and everything. Last is OneDrive, and this is for those people who, say, have a Surface or a lot of Microsoft products, and with OneDrive that'll integrate very well. So just like Google Drive integrates well with Google Docs, OneDrive integrates really well with Microsoft Office. So back here with Microsoft OneNote, that syncs by default to OneNote, and I believe it actually adds extra features such as OCR reading, which kind of interprets your handwriting and allows you to search for it, which is pretty cool, but I'm not a big fan of OneDrive, so I don't use it. So yeah, that is cloud storage. Last, we have education. So I have 3 applications here. First is iTunes U, second Khan Academy, and third YouTube. You definitely know what YouTube is, or else you wouldn't be at this video. Khan Academy is a lifesaver. I haven't set it up yet, And as you can see, that's not even optimized for this screen. But if you haven't heard of Khan Academy and you're still in school, or even if you're not in school and just want to learn, this is by far the best set of resources for learning a lot of subjects, but mostly for math. That's what it's most famous for. So you can see it goes from early math, 3rd grade, all the way up until what I'm using it for, which is, your integral, multivariable, and differential calculus. I use this every time I have a course in math. So just to give you a peek at the depth of this, so I'm going to click on multivariable calculus, and you can see all of these different topics and how long this is. All of these are videos, and they range from 5 minutes to like 20 minutes long. So there are hundreds of videos on every topic. So it's definitely saved me. It's allowed me to essentially stay in school. My professors don't teach all that well. Khan Academy teaches better than any professor I've ever had. I highly recommend it, and it's also 100% free. Great. It has example quizzes, it has example worksheets, it teaches you, it's great. Finally, we have iTunes U. I haven't set it up in a long time, but it's essentially the same ideology as Khan Academy, but it uses textbooks, or sorry, not textbooks, but text from courses in universities across the United States and probably throughout the world. So as you can see here, the top one here is developing iOS 9 apps with Swift, and this is from Stanford. Yes, like Stanford University, Eve Stanford. And you can see here all of Stanford's offerings on iTunes U, all of these different subjects, astronomy, physics, calculus, programming, health, everything. So all of these are lectures. You can see this, and you literally watch the same lecture you get as if you attended Stanford University yourself, and it's all free. So this is absolutely astounding. So much resource at your fingertips. It's insane that people don't even know this exists for the most part. That's part of why I'm making this video, because this has saved me, as well as Khan Academy. Absolute lifesaver. It's great. I'd recommend it to anybody. If you're in school or not, that is a great way to learn a lot. Okay, last we have Wolfram Alpha. I have it out here by itself. For me, it didn't fit in any of these. It kind of fits in education, but at the same time, this is kind of its own little thing. If you haven't heard of Wolfram Alpha, it is the savior for any student in math. Many people use it for cheating on their homework, but while it can be good for that, and it's actually amazing for that, there are purposes where it's not cheating. If you want to check your answers, or you just have no clue what you're doing and you want to try to learn through examples. So I don't know what might be a good example here, but you can put in any equation, essentially any equation. I'll add I don't know, I'm just trying to put something maybe a little complex that not many people would know right off the bat what this function will look like, and I keep doing this. But if you press go, it'll sit here and think, and it gives you all of everything. So that's the graph. You can see it looks pretty ridiculous, but you can see the alternate forms, the roots, the series, the properties of the real function, everything. So all of this information, there's an insane amount of information. Most people use this for math, but as you can see here on the side, there's all kinds of things, finance, health, food, chemistry, so pretty much anything you want. It's very good at interpreting what you type in. You can type in really abstract things. In fact, Siri, when you use Siri to look up things, will often use Wolfram Alpha. So it's a very powerful tool that, if you use it right, can help you so much through school. So that is all of the apps that I have here. Notability, OneNote, Pages, Numbers, Keynote, PDF Expert, iCloud Drive, Dropbox, Drive, OneDrive, iTunes U, Khan Academy, YouTube, and Wolfram Alpha. Again, guys, if you want a video on one particular app or a group or all of them, if you want some in-depth and some not in-depth, or if you just want some help in general, just leave a comment or a like, and I will definitely respond and help. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been a review of the top iPad apps for college or school, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.